Hey, what's up, guys? So I wanted to start doing arena videos more on a regular basis, and I have a defensive team that one of the guys in the top 10 used, and he moved away from it. But I think because let me go here. I think because I have Vulture and Void Knight pretty built up, they're doing pretty well, and Scroll is built up pretty well. So my only hope is to get the Black Knight up another star level. I think that would take him to 6. And I have to debate on whether, because I just recently was able to take Scroll to 6 red, if I'm going to save my dark promos for his 7 red or just go for this 6 red on Black Knight. So let's take a look at the team here. And these are just some various teams that I've saved that at times I can go back to and they work. This one with Rogue was a defensive team that I don't think Morgan Le Fay, but I don't think it's as effective as it used to be. And I'll go through the guys in the top 10. Maybe we take a look at some of the guys in the top 20 because there are some guys. There's one guy that's at 37 mil and he's ranking in the top 20. So it just goes to show if you make your focus on arena, you can get into the top 20. But I'm going to delete this team. And this is the current defensive team I have. So let's just take a look at what I have here. And so I have Void Knight at G18 level 99. Of course, all his T4s are done. I have him at B5 Raider. And so if I'm able to, I will probably make an effort to get him to level 100. I don't think I'll get him to 6 red anytime soon, but that, of course, will make a huge difference. I've been debating on whether or not to take Vulture to 2 diamond, which I think I will because at the moment I'm really thinking about taking Vulture into Dark Dimension 7. So I will probably put a 2 diamond on him as he seems to continue to be useful. And I never did do his basic. Let's just take a look because I don't remember what his basic is. It says 40% damage primary target, 10% damage per negative effect. This could be worth doing. I don't think I ever use it when I'm using him on offense, but as a, him being on defense, since I can't really see the replays, this could be something worth doing. And since I'm planning on taking him to DD7, I may end up doing this basic here. I recently took Scroll to 6 red, and that's when this defense really took off. So clearly the reds on Scroll make a huge difference. As you can see, he's nearly 4 mil in health. He's got well over 150k in damage. Armor is way up, resistance, focus. So he just scales incredibly well. And I've always liked having him Raider. I think I do have him as a striker. Yeah, but I've been using him as Raider. And he's just been doing really well for me as a Raider. APOC is at 2 diamond. And my thought is so many guys have taken him to 3 diamond and they've talked well on it. I'm not sure I want to do that yet. I may, but he's really strong at 2 diamond. And as you can see where his health is, his damage is well over 200k. Armor, resistance, focus, all very high. So we'll see if I need to do that. I may, because obviously I'm taking him to Dark Dimension 7, so I think that'd be a great investment. But I just don't know if it's necessary to take him next. And so we'll talk about that more in another video. But right now, he's really strong if you're able to get him to 2 diamond. He'll be well worth it. 6 red, I think that will be, the 6 yellow. So then, it would really be a toss-up for me because naturally I'm thinking to take him to Dark Dimension. And the 6 red will probably be crucial. The level 100 on all of these guys will be great. It's just that my mats are just always so low. And right now, it's just a sidebar, but it just appears that in Cosmic Crucible, if you don't have the Cabal team, then you're not going to get wins. And spoiler alert, I went 0-3 this week. I hadn't gone 0-3 in months. I went 0-3. All my opponents had Cabal. And so they were able to do some things on defense that was just really difficult for me to get through. And even my defense was pretty good in that guys would drop in 2 rooms or even 3 rooms or 3 attacks. My scores was in the 48 range, so they were in the 49s, and so they would just win. But at any rate, it's like you got to get Cabal. I'll talk about that in the weekly video on the weekend because it's free to play, and I'm going for the leader. I'm going for the whole Cabal team was really free to play, but as to get the leader, I need some more shards, and we'll talk about that in the weekly video of for Cosmic Crucible. And that's why I think the arena teams are going to be so important because it's like, I'm on workers' comp. And so my spending right now, I'm just trying to hold on to buying the passes because that is the key for me. And I don't think I can really afford to buy anything else and keep a decent budget. So that's kind of where I'm at with that piece. But overall, I think I can keep the arena team going, and we'll see if some new additions come out and shake things up. But I think that's got to be the focus for me at this stage with the changes that have taken place in my life and not spending the way I was and just trying to keep the passes going. But this is the defense, and so let's take a look at the offense. I think mostly I use this one. So let's go in here, and you'll see the 2 tunes that so Black Knight needs to go to 100, level 100 is Black Cat. So I was able to get Black Cat all of her T4s. It seems to make a difference. It does help. But today I was not able to beat the #1 team. And we'll get to that because I have 2 attacks left. So I'll use them both and just try to climb the ranks to see where I can get to. But I tried it twice and I wasn't able to beat it. And that's what made me think about, my APOC to 3 diamond and my Black Knight to 6 red. And you can see Robbie is I got him all maxed out. Robbie is super strong. Most likely for me, I will be taking him to Dark Dimension 7. And of course, Black Cat will go to Dark Dimension 7. And you can see how strong she is. So my arena, of course, most of us are going to probably sway to using our arena teams for DD7, so it'd be well worth taking them up. I can't afford to do too much leveling if I want to get the leader up. So I have to make a decision, and the decision would be, hey, just one more tune to level 100 right now, and that would probably be Black Knight. And then it's like on to Cabal or on to the leader. And as you can see here, I have him at 66 over 100. But my cores are at 113. And so I've been coring. I think I had about 4K when he was released. And I got one good 20 drop. I think I got a 10 drop. But, at this point, I'm at 66. So I'm hoping to get him by next week. I don't even know if I can level him up that much. You see my T4s weren't too great. But overall, let's just take a look at what I can do here. Well, before we go into what I'm going to face, because for some reason this defense held yesterday and nobody could knock it out of #1. I didn't even do any attacks till today. But let's just take a look at the top 10. And so these guys here are pretty much always top 10. We have some new guys that have made it into the top 20. And I think it's just kind of interesting to see because a lot of guys think you have to have a high TCP, and you don't. And it looks like one guy may have stepped away from the game for a year or two, and he came back and he just focused on his arena team because he's like 37 mil. So I'll shoot through these so you guys can take a look to see who's doing what. Draku, I guess that's his name. He's not even 60 mil, and he's 2.6 mil STP. And right now he's #1. So it goes to show that he's built his arena team strong enough he's #1 right now and able to probably stay in the top 10 on a regular basis. I don't remember this guy he's recently gotten into the top 10. When I mean recently, like probably within the last month or so. But kudos to him Sherbert, he's basically always in the top 10. And so right now he's number two. You can see he's 56 mil and 3 mil STP. But he focuses on his arena teams, and I'm sure he works his attacks timely for the clock so that he can make sure that he stays pretty highly ranked. And that's a guy that I've gone pretty much back and forwards with because he'll knock me down, I knock him down. But this we've been in this chart a long time, and so that's just kind of how it goes. Shaolin, same thing. He's around where I am with STP or with collection power, and I suppose STP as well. And so his teams are probably similarly built as mine. I'm not sure how his team works with using hard light. I may try to do that as well, get her to 100 at some point and start running the same team that he has, because I have a feeling that's what I'm going to have to use to beat some of the guys that have some unique defenses that have been able to hold on to number one. This is where I'm at. 83 mil in collection power, 3.2 mil STP. You can see the team I mostly run here. And then we have Dr. Longshots, and he's 64 mil, 3.1 mil STP. And so from here, I'm just going to kind of show you guys the guys' pages so we can click through and you can see the other guys that are all in the top 20 here. So that's the top 20 guys. So now let's just go in and see what I have to face in these, the guys that are over me. So these are the top three right now. I haven't faced what is in number one right now. So going for number three or number two, since they're so similar, I'm just going to go for number two because he's a little bit lower with his total team power, but he has the three diamond APOC. The problem is usually is the three diamond hard light, because you get, since I've just been getting caught behind, as you can see here, a 7 red black knight and then a 3 diamond hard light. And then of course Robbie hits really hard at a 3 diamond. So we're gonna go in and try Sherbert. We're gonna see if we can beat him. I typically go in with this team. It's really pretty close when you battle like this, but I go in with the scroll, and sometimes scroll doesn't make it. But if he doesn't, it usually gives me a chance to get my APOC to go off. If both APOC and scroll die, then it's pretty much over. But we'll give it a chance. We'll give it a shot and see. And as you can see, even number one, he's got a 4 red black knight. So it goes to show that you can hold for a little bit in number one, and you don't have to have a maxed out black knight or scroll. He's got a 5 red scroll, so it can be done. This is a unique defense he's running, so it'd be interesting to see it. And so I'll get that attack in after the time elapses, and we'll show the two that I can do at this point, and then we'll do some more tomorrow. So here's my team. This is the placement. The biggest reason I have Black Cat next to Black Knight is just because he has the 9 lives. And it's a toss-up on whether or not, Robbie should be in the middle, because he usually will die, or if I should have Scroll in the middle. But right now I've been doing it like this, and I am able to squeeze out a win in most cases. So we'll do this time to see if this will work on this team here. So I just lead right in on Black Knight. I know my scroll is going to get hit. The idea, since he has his Black Knight and his hard light next to each other, it gives me a chance to bring them down. If Black Knight was on one corner and hard light was on the other, this particular team would have a much harder time beating this defense. And I think that's what the guy in number 3, how he runs it. And so when I do get a chance to hit with Robbie, that's the main hit right there that usually gives me a chance to come in and hopefully my APOC will get some damage done. So I'm able to go in here and I'm going to go ahead and hit his Robbie and we'll see. Yeah, so I don't really want his APOC to get hit. And so hopefully now he's going to go after my Black Knight. He doesn't always, and that's the odd part. But here's where I get a chance to come in and really take over. And so my scroll and my APOC are alive. I can get rid of his APOC. That's usually a plus, and then I hit with the alt and game over. So I'm number 2 at the moment. We'll come back in 15 minutes and see what this team is like. I don't think that the team I'm running will work. So on my first thought is because of what he has here, I'm going to go back and use my other team with Void Knight. So when we come back, I'll probably try the Void Knight with Kang. I don't know if that's going to work, but that's going to probably be my best bet to get ahead of his Quicksilver and who else did he have in there? Let's see. Yeah, he had Quicksilver and his big time Spider-Man. So we'll see if I can get ahead of those two, or at least get ahead of the Quicksilver, and then maybe the key with this counter is if Kang gets to use his special, and that's all he needs to do, then I win. If he doesn't, if this team is just that much faster because of what he has going on here, then I'm just going to lose because it's not going to work. So it'll be interesting to see. You can see I have a big power difference over him, so we'll see if that comes into play as well. But he is number 1, and so that means his defense is doing pretty well. And this is just something to keep in mind when you guys see his defense in play, if you want to try that yourselves. Okay, guys, we back in a bit. Okay, so we're back. Again, I got in a couple of attacks for war, and now we're ready to go in with this team. And like I said, my first thought is to go ahead and use, because Black Cat and Robbie could be fast enough, but I'm just thinking his big time Spider-Man is going to go first and just kind of screw things up. So let's switch this team over to this team, and we'll see if this works. Okay, yeah, so his big time Spider-Man still goes first, but he didn't do much damage. So yeah, we can go in with our VK, and let's see if Kang gets to go. Okay. Uh-oh. Let me plug this up. All right, so what we'll do here is we'll hit Quicksilver with Robbie, and let's hope Kang gets to go. He did not. He's dead. Oh, well, we got Quicksilver out of there. Oh, Kang is out of there. Yeah, so this counter is just not going to work, but let's give it a try and see. So we're going to go ahead and take Scroll out if we can. Yeah, we'll take Scroll out. That might give us a chance. And then we'll hit his APOC. That didn't do it. Can we kill him? Yep, we killed him. Okay. So now we get Black Knight out of there. We're good. All right, we're good. Okay. So this counter does work. It's sketchy, but you can get it done. You can see it was a huge punch down. So we'll see how long this team can hold defense for the number 1 spot. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. Just want to share some things here, and I'll go ahead and see what we are looking at tomorrow for some arena battles. All right, guys, chat later.